Okay, well, hi everybody. I know this was impromptu, but that's kind of how the energy is. It's like when it's now, and we got to go. But I felt really compelled to connect and have this as a foundation for bridging this ready and to move. So let's kind of breathe into that ready and to move. Ready and to move. And let's just start by connecting. First of all, we'll do the three of us, and then we'll open it up to everybody in the group. There, that's nice. And now let's open it up to everybody in the group, soul alignment group. So at some level, their participation is still here. Okay. Well, I'm excited to hear what you guys have been noticing in the last week. What I feel like we're going to jump right in with Jennifer here. So, what's been going on, Jennifer?
Okay, you want to jump in?
Yeah, let's jump in.
I've been a lot of places in the last week. Let's see. Today is Tuesday.
Right.
I went to Iowa last Wednesday through Sunday for a sound healing workshop, which was amazing.
Nice.
Amazing. Met with all like-souled people. The teacher was magnificent.
Mm.
And I also had things come up, which were perfect for me to face and release.
I like what you said there, face and release. That feels significant. I feel like we want to make a note of that. Face and release. There's just something so essential about that.
Okay.
Face. See, everybody speaks essence talk now. We just got to realize we're doing it. Okay, go ahead.
I closed on my house last Tuesday. That was less than a week ago.
Yay! We are so excited.
It's finally sinking in because I'm going up there tomorrow.
Wow.
Yes.
How fun.
Yeah. So
oh, wow.
It's taken a little while for it to all start to feel real. Mm-hmm. And it feels, I'm acclimating to it. It's growing on me. I've been connecting with the house a little bit.
Nice.
Letting it know I'm coming.
Nice.
I'm picking paint colors. I'm going to paint cupboards and some living room stuff. So it's super exciting.
Yes.
But to get like the macrocosm of today a little bit, or microcosm of today, I had great connected, like resourceful energy this morning. I think the workshop just helped me connect to my essence even more.
Good.
My inner truth, my inner me.
Nice.
And I watched the second part of the last webinar last night. And so I closed a bunch of circles last night.
Perfect timing.
So that was probably part of that too, or whatever. And that, but I had some residual things from that come up during the work day today.
Oh, okay.
Which was perfect. So I was able to address it. I closed my office door and moved and shifted it, and I'm feeling back connected and grounded again.
Nice.
Energized.
Nice. Oh, do you feel how strong she feels? She's just standing in her power. Jennifer, it's so exciting. Yay. Good for you.
Yes. I feel great. I feel great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's just so spectacular.
Thank you.
Well, and we are excited when we can come visit your place.
Yes, you can.
And have an experience there.
Yes, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so good. Okay, well, Sue.
Yeah, I guess in these last few days, I've experienced losses in terms of life a former high school friend passed away, and they had a celebration of life for her on Sunday, which was an opportunity for me, in a couple of different ways. Not only just to celebrate that with their family, which I have not stayed really in the loop with so much. It's just been a lot of time, I guess. But there were other people that attended that were also in my life a long time ago. So when you talk about the circle of life that you did last week, it gave opportunity for that to just kind of revisit that a bit. And so that was interesting for me. And then, yeah, my daughter-in-law's brother passed away just yesterday, which was a bit unexpected, but not, because he has been ill for a long time. So that brings some sadness, obviously, into the scene, but everyone's working through it pretty well. And yeah, I taught a day this last week and experienced again the energy of the kids and some of what's going on with kids. So it all is kind of interesting because it's, wondering, is it what energies are going on? Is it a combination of other factors? And I feel like it probably is. But at any rate, it's keeping me in touch with that, which I still have a real strong, obviously, connection to, working with our curriculum and whatnot. So, yeah, I guess.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of it.
Yeah, so that's a lot. That's a lot.
So, yeah,
it's interesting to me because I have a reference of sitting in that other chair doing the webinar just not too long ago, but in another way, it feels like it was a long, long time ago. And this way we experience time, wow, that just was, you mean that was just yesterday? It seems like it was way back there. Is really, really fascinating. And I feel like what we want to breathe into, something came through with Mara and I, and which also she says, now cannot see then. Now cannot see then. Let's breathe into that. Now cannot see then. Now cannot see then. Let's say it. Now cannot see then.
Cannot see then.
Just feel it. Like now cannot see then. So as you say that, it's kind of like self goes, oh yeah. But then the mind's going, well, what are we saying here? What do you mean now cannot see that? But I really feel like part of this brain shift is that more and more this everlasting now is what takes precedence. So the details, because remember, this brain is getting attuned to essential. So if it's not essential details or whatever, how we used to describe all this stuff to really give people a flavor for what we had experienced, you're not going to be able to do that anymore, because you'll just be able to pull forth what's essential to share. And if somebody does that, it's going to be like Charlie Brown teacher. You won't be able to track it. And you might even experience that already with people. If they are talking at you, if they're just like talking to talk, it's like you can't even track them. I just like, the brain says, I don't know. Has anybody else had that experience where you're listening to somebody and it's like, you just like, and it's not that you don't want to track them. It's just that self is like, was not essential. Yeah, so it's like not taking it in.
Like too much.
Yeah, it does. It feels like too much. And so like people that use a lot of words for whatever, it's just not going to work anymore because, well, we're moving to this essential. only what's essential. And, you know, when I, when I, when I'm being with that phraseology, now cannot see then, it's actually very helpful because you're like, oh yeah, now cannot see then, and now cannot see then. So that only leaves you what? Now. And so I see how this is really starting to help us stay in the now, you know, which is always where all our power has lied. So if this brain that is now, this moment now, if it can't see then, like the brain I have tomorrow will be different than the one I have right now. And so this brain can't fathom what tomorrow's brain's going to require. Does that even make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah? Because that way it's like, that's why you really can't plan anymore. You know what I mean? You can have awarenesses of things, but planning in the traditional sense, it really doesn't work. And a lot of that was based on illusion because we tried to control our reality instead of go with the reality. So I don't know. To me, I would play with that. Oh yeah, now cannot see then. Like you're trying to go, well, blah, blah, blah next week. And you're like, oh yeah, that's right. Now cannot see then. And like, to me, everything relaxes. It's a deeper way of letting go, of trying to steer something, and moving more fully into allowing what is to be. I have to share with you, I was speaking with, well, Lisa this morning, and she was sharing how they just had this party, and Donald had these beautiful amethysts. He's just remembered beautiful things about amethysts and puts these lights in them, and they're gorgeous, and they're gigantic ones they have in the house on stands. Anyway, she said that a lady came who is very connected to the elemental kingdom, and so she's looking at the amethyst saying, oh, that one's name is Stella. Like she was picking up the name they wanted to be called. And so I don't know if you remember, it's that one in the corner by the dining room. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she goes, and look at, and Lisa's like, as she says it, she goes, oh my gosh, Donald's mother's name is Stella. Oh, wow. Okay. And then she said, and look at, it has a baby. It's holding a baby, the crystal is, and that's Donald. And she's like, oh my gosh, I never saw that before in the crystal. And she is no more telling me this than I get a text in from some other clients from California who sent me a YouTube about a dog named Stella that loves to run in leaves.
Okay.
I mean, like, to me, it was like immediate, like there was no time. It was almost at that exact time she started talking about Stella. All of a sudden I get this text, and it's a dog jumping into leaves. It's very cute, by the way. But I'm like, what are the odds? And the dog's name is Stella. And I just interrupted her. I said, I'm sorry, Lisa, I've got to interrupt you right now. Because I said, I literally just got a text on it for a YouTube of Stella loves to jump in leaves.
Which feels like a confirmation.
Totally.
Totally, yeah.
Total confirmation. Yeah. And I don't know. It's super cool. But it's, to our human, we're just like, how does that even work? You know? Because we used to have to try so hard to get things to line up. And now we don't. It comes to us. And that's the great news. Yay, yay, hip, hip, hooray. So that was just something I experienced this morning, which was great. The energies today were, I had to go through a bunch of worry energy this morning that came up. I was like, okay. And I'm just going to share this because in case this is an experience anybody's having, if you wake up out of your dream time and you feel off, you probably are. So let's breathe into that. So if you get up and you're like, you're not feeling peaceful, you're not feeling, you probably are. So I want you to recognize one of the things I do is I call all of me here. Any dimension, whatever. I just go like this. I go, all of me here now. Like I want everybody on this same stream here, where I'm the director. I'm driving it. And it helps.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. It brings it all back and you can have this clearer focus. So that's something to, and I would recommend to do that when you get in the car before you start driving. Just make sure, all of me here now. And that brings you super present, and all of your higher selves, however you want to say it, can line up with you.
That's good.
It's quick, it's easy, it's immediate. And as long as we're kind of on that subject, I will have you know that everybody that has bought phone stickers from us, they are now calibrated for the 5G. So you don't have to get new stickers. They are
good to go.
I brought it to Mara's awareness, and she whatevered with all that. So they're all activated. Okay. So just to kind of, and as soon as she did it with my phone, my whole self relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, oh, I felt better. You don't realize how much energy is being pushed on us,
right?
Until you're out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what the 5G is, Jennifer, right?
No, I need to know what that is about and the stickers.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Right now, most Wi-Fi's are working off the cell service. It's called 4G.
Yeah.
Okay. They're rolling out this 5G stuff, and it is literally microwave energies.
Oh, okay.
It's not helpful. It's very unkind.
Okay.
Let's say it's very unkind energies. So, and it really does target the upper chakras. So the throat, the eye, the crown. And we know how come. So again, okay, that's fine. Then we'll just do this. We'll use our alchemy for this. But it is creating a lot of anxiety. It really makes people anxious. A lot of this anxiety too is being perpetuated, let's say, through the amping up.
And so right now I'm thinking about the school system, the schools that have mega, iPads and computer banks in them. How do you protect these kids and the staff? And
that's
one example. I mean, there's many.
Right. Well, Sue and I went to St. Paul last night to a meeting, and they showed the Mary Magdalene movie. Yeah, it was not. I wouldn't recommend. It was not. It was not. It's like someone was trying to do something versus remembering it. However, the driving, wow. Well, what we saw driving, wow. There was just some wow behavior out there. And again, you want to drive aware that anybody can do anything, because if they're in that place, then they may just whatever. So you really, really want to be aware, and particularly on these brain shift days that are coming up. If you haven't done so, circle November 5th and November 15th in your calendar. Make note, because there's all these things that are really, really going to be. One second. Yeah. So, with this, it's just good to be aware. We have lots of tools in our toolbox for stuff, and we have to remember how powerful we are. And but it's also important to know, like, I guess this 5G, they have to put, now Sue can speak to this more intelligently than I can, some kind of whatever stations or whatever, what is it? It's really close together.
I'm not actually remembering the exact space, but you're right. They're pretty close to each other.
It's like every 3 or 4 houses has to have one of these things on them.
Right, eventually.
And they're just rolling it out as, well, it's faster internet. Well, we don't require faster internet. So there's been a lot of, the UK has banned it. Canada's considering it, because there's all this literature about it, about the things. There was a thing, some school, they had it turned on for 6 months, and 3 kids came down with brain tumors and a teacher. It is. Wow. It's interesting. Wow. So, yeah. So again, one of the things I've been doing at night with my cell phone is I put we bought those crystal pyramids, or the pyramids. I've been laying my pyramid on top of it at night. And so, you have the sticker, but if you have something else you want to wrap it up in, or, you know what I mean? I don't know. Use your knowing. Yeah. Put a crystal on it. I just feel like, we have stuff. Let's use it.
Yeah, that's good to know.
So, yeah. So that's just something, I don't want to go a lot more into that, but it is important to be aware. Now, when we talk about this brain thing, tomorrow Mara's going to be doing our brain tweaking, and also we're going to get another boost on the 31st. So this, I feel like, will really help us not get so whatevered with all this. I don't feel like it's going to be it's just going to smooth it out. So, but other people aren't aware and don't have that. So you can guess maybe how people might respond to that, especially if they've been in their head and now it's not working, how they've been automatically going. They could be off. So we just, again, another thing to be aware of. One other thing you were talking about your office, Jennifer. This came through, Jennifer Miller came today, and, she works in the office at the medical, at Fairview, and in admin. But so we were talking about how she could support herself, given all the swirls, right, that are around there, how everybody's reacting, in fear about so many things, or in panic, or whatever. What came through, which is really cool, and I do really feel this, energetically, what you can do is draw the number 2. Anybody could do this in their household, do it above any doorway. Just draw a big 2 energetically, and B said it's going to be like a shower of clarity. Do you feel it? It's like a rain shower.
I do. That feels awesome.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it will be like a rain shower. Anybody passes through that door, they're going to get showered in clarity.
Nice. That's
Yeah. And then 2 also is the number of, harmony and partnership and things like that. So it also will kind of support that. And I said, don't be surprised if you just have more people like just beak their head in and they don't want to walk in. They don't want to walk through that threshold.
Yeah.
And the other thing, if you haven't done it, grid your office. Do you know what I mean by that? Just take some crystals.
Okay.
And do you share an office or is it just
No,
you?
I have my own office.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So take a crystal and just, I see one in each corner.
Okay.
To anchor it. And if you can, I'd put one on either side of the doorway even. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's not going to be whatever.
Can do that.
I would put one there, put the 2 above, and then do you feel you kind of created a container for yourself?
Yeah, that feels really good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then if you have, did you ever get the Aura Cleanse card?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did you get any of the alchemy cards, like the Cherish Self or any of those that Mara did?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you can be with it. They're like $8 if you want one. But there's if or even I would bring something in your office that Mara made you.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Actually, I have something on my office at Mara.
Oh, perfect.
Years ago.
You want to anchor that. But there are some other alchemy cards. And what came through and I'm just sharing what came through for Jennifer, which was just very helpful when we were tuning in to how we can support ourselves. B was saying to take one of those cards, either the Cherish Self or the Aura Cleanse, and just have it underneath your computer.
Mm.
Do you feel that too?
Yeah.
So, but I think you got like the directional alchemy. You didn't get any of those? No?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll maybe have to change that for you.
Yeah.
I can pop it in the mail if you want.
So Julie, is that true?
Yeah.
Primarily for office, or is that true?
I would do it under your computer too.
Uh-huh.
Just put it under there. I just feel like we have these tools, let's use them. You know what I mean? And we already know the computers, blah, 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 and the phones are blah, blah, blah. So let's just, and remember whatever these are, they've come to us because they want to help us during this time. They are helpers. So they know.
Which one goes under the computer again?
Well, if you have the Aura Cleanse, or a Cherish Self, any of them would work.
Okay.
But Aura Cleanse is nice because it's geared to help cleanse those discordant energies.
I have Aura Cleanse in my bed.
Do you? I know people are putting them between their mattresses or just have them. I actually put one in my pillowcase and I sleep on it. So.
Well, I have the 4. What is that one?
Oh, that one's a powerful one.
Okay,
that is essential. What is it? What was the 4? What was it called? Essential something. But now Jennifer wants to see it. Okay, I'll pause a minute and I'll get one.
Well, Julie, have all these cards been amped up? Or
no, well, no. Just she just worked with the stickers.
Okay.
So that they would accommodate for 5G. But these also have always been buffering. So this is the Aura Cleanse card. Do you feel this?
It's pretty. Yeah.
And you can just whip it around. It's quick.
Awesome.
It's nice. Oh, that was nice. Especially all that energy there. They're doing pumpkins tonight. That's why all the activity. They're like, Julie, the timer's going on. Yeah, it is time. They're kind of wound up on sugar, I think. Wow. And then this was the Cherish Self one. Yeah, do you feel that one?
Yeah.
It's like, it's really like Mother Mary energy. I feel like it's like getting a hug. So this is a beautiful one. And I can't find the 4 one right now. But it looks like the Jupiter sign with, yeah. Huh?
You got that little stand on your table.
Yep. It's powerful. It's a
But
kick.
no, it's
Huh?
not. It's not sitting on your table though. It was in a little stand.
Oh, you're right. Look at Sue know my house better than me. Hang on.
Well, because you had to take it one day when I was there. You said, "Do
Oh,
you
that's right. Knows my house better than me. Okay, this is the one she's talking
Oh,
about.
wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
a powerful one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's got all kinds of symbols in that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know, kind of did something for me. Okay, so anyway, if any of those cards speak to you, you can let me know.
Yeah.
So let's just see what else is here. I was going to talk about that. Oh, okay. Are we clear on all that? Is there any questions, any comments people want to make? What I want to do is bring forth more of your essential remembering. And we're going to do this through an exercise, apparently. This is just coming in now. I didn't know this was here. So that's nice. So let's just close our eyes and breathe. And then we're going to go around, and everybody's just going to say a word that comes to them. Okay? So let's just breathe. So we'll start with you, Jennifer.
Love.
And Sue?
Mark.
And I got truth. So love marks truth. Let's breathe into that. Love marks truth. Love marks truth. I feel this. Okay, so what do you get from that? What comes up when we put those three things together?
For me, it feels like you feel it in your heart when it's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about you, Sue? You just did something. I felt it. It's cool.
That there's a huge connection between love and truth. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah. And so if love is the marker of truth, and let's say truth is the marker of love, right? It can go both ways, I feel like. I feel like we're really being shown a lot of markers here. So let's breathe into that. Hence, I got the markers. I have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of markers. So that makes sense now. So if love marks truth and truth marks love, we're being shown all these markers. So I feel that if now okay, I'm looking into November. So if what move is really going to ask us to do is to move through these markers of time. Whoosh, God, I felt that. Did you guys feel that? Move through these markers of time. Let's breathe into that. Move through these markers of time. Woo! Woo. Move through these markers of time. Move through these markers of time. Through these markers of time. I feel this. Yeah. So let's just breathe, because there's this key that is available to us tonight. A key knowing, a key. Yeah, I felt that. Did you guys feel that? Yeah. And less do we care what that means. It's enough, we got it. And that's nice because it just keeps us free. We don't really care. I will share with you that tomorrow, as we round out this month, tomorrow the Wednesdays have been called Obliterate Wednesdays. So there's something that we will essentially obliterate. And really, to me, that means that it just won't be available. It'll just be gone. And some things are subtle for us, and some things for people can be more blatant or obvious, depending upon. So, and then Thursday, the 31st, it's it basically called itself "Blow Your House Down." Blow your house down Thursday. That's nice. And I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. So, and that could be the house of any illusion we have been under. And remember, we have to have that get ready. Oh, I know what I wanted to share. This was very, very helpful with Mara and our conversation on Sunday. So I spent lots and lots of time there. There's 2 steps to get ready. So let's breathe into that. There's the get ready, like you really get it. And then there's get ready, where you gather, right? So it's both. But we have been conditioned and programmed to do the get ready. Okay, I gotta get ready here. Oh, I'm ready. But what we didn't do is take that time to go inside first and get ready. Does that make sense?
So like centering yourself.
It's like centering yourself. And it's also getting what ready wants you to notice.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like before this call, I go, okay, I want to get ready. So I just kind of sat there and went inside and just looked around and said, okay, is there anything I'm supposed to see? No, remember, just kind of cover my ground within myself. Make sure I'm clear, make sure I'm centered. All of that's a part of getting ready. And then you get ready. But look at how many of us miss that step. And if that's an essential step here, that's what the 10 has really brought us, is to remember to get ready, and then you get ready. It just makes a lot of sense to me. And then it's great because I always tell Mara, I say, well, that's no fair. Number one, you haven't had as many lifetimes as I have here, and you don't have to undo all the stuff I have to do. And I said, I'm happy to provide you with all the contrast. So, because it's true, like with her and she's like, okay, we're gonna blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So I'd get ready, right? And she'd be sitting there. And then I'd look at her like, I thought you said we were gonna go. Or what do this? She's like, well, I'm getting ready. And I said, yeah, I know, but aren't we gonna go? And then I would feel annoyed. Because I'm like, why aren't we going? but for her, it was part of her beingness. It's not like, and she didn't really know she was even doing it until, I highlight what it's time to remember. And I get to share it with all you guys, and you can go, oh yeah, I kind of do that too. So that, to me, that was very, very helpful to see. Oh, okay. There is some more things I wanted to say. So I wrote this down and I feel like I want to share it again. I wrote neutral observing, a neutral observing practice. And to experience the energy first, the physical second, and then within that, I find my own flow. So if we look at that more and more, don't you feel like you're noticing where something is energetically? You can kind of almost see it, or I don't know. It is getting louder. But if you want to tune into that, like, oh yeah, put that in your awareness. I'm going to do energy first, and then I'll take in the physical. So for me, as I experience that, I feel like I catch a heck of a lot more because I'm not running everything through my human filters.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're catching more of the whole of whatever something is. And then once you go, oh wow, that person's really there and I'm here, and then you can find your flow within that. You can navigate it. I had this really fascinating call from somebody referred my name out, and this lady, it was so obvious. She thinks she is so evolved. She thinks she knows. She thinks she doesn't, that she's got good energy. I mean, she even said, don't I have good energy? And I said, well, I can feel your heart and your, but I said, this is an interesting time to really look at everything about ourselves. She's created this whole story that she thinks she's just this most positive person. And it's like, no. And, my son, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, it's my experience in this time that we can point people in a direction, but it's up to them to walk through the door, and just all her stuff was so right there. And it was just interesting how I responded to her, because I was saying to her, yes, and look, see. and the amount of judgment energy she was still carrying was so palatable, and she thinks she isn't. That's like, wow, warning, 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 because you're headed for something, for a course correction. So anyway, like, if you look at your day, whoever you interacted with, just kind of look at, was I able to experience and notice the energy first? Or did I look over there and just kind of get all kind of wrestle around with the physicality of it? I can almost guarantee that if you get yourself off track, it's because you do that. You know what I mean? You get pulled into the physicality of it, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't feel good. And then you try to backpedal and pull yourself out of it. So what if we can put that in our forefront about energy first and then physical? And then I like that. I find my flow. I find my flow. So how does that feel? Good?
That feels awesome to me.
Does it? Does that make sense, Jennifer?
Yeah, I think especially when I'm at work.
Yeah.
I notice it's really easy to get caught up in whatever is going on at work and where the group mind is going, and then in the middle, I'm like, wait a minute, but I'm not there, but then I'm already there. So it like gives me it's a good reminder to check in first before moving forward.
Yes. And thank you for that. Thank you for that segue, because speaking of marking, part of marking this is finishing something, like energetically completing something before you go to next.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is, like, okay, so you have this, whatever, you're with this, and before you need to do this, especially at work, right? People, you need to do this, you need to call this person, whatever. Give yourself that pause to just breathe, and I like, for me it works to breathe a circle shut. That's how I complete energy. In my awareness, I like, if I can breathe this shut, I've grabbed everything and brought it all full circle. So this is complete. Now I can move my energy to this next place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the same goes when you are complete with someone or something. Make sure you pull all your energy back out of it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Good reminder.
Yeah. Pull it all back, because we whatever for people. And we provide that energy, that whatever, but if they're not going to be open to it, if they're not going to receive it, if they're not going to value it, no, they don't get it.
Yep.
You pull it all back out. Yeah, that really, wow. I kind of felt that back here in the neck. Oh, and speaking of, let's do that. Let's just kind of give our neck a little massage, kind of prep it for tomorrow. Okay, so Daisy's wants to come in. Come on in. You want to come in? Are you coming in? She's like, wow, it's a lot of energy out there too. Okay, I'm going to share just a little bit about some of the brain thing that has come through, and we'll do more of this, but I don't know how much you remember about the brain and the different components of it, but most of us know about the fight or flight, right? And we've done a lot of work with the occiput. Mara's recommended massaging it, doing a lot of that work back there by the occiput. And what I really see, or what we really see, is so much of the functions of this stuff is all going to get pushed forward to the prefrontal cortex. It's like going to move forward. So pretty soon this old reptilian brain, or whatever they called it, the lower brain, will become Burgermeister Burger. Do you know what I mean by that? Santa Claus is coming to town, like the picture just crumps up and we forget we even had it. So that fight or flight, all those, that old survival energy, is going to be, it's like we're going to have that taken offline, which is great. Which is great. Now,
the front. So what?
It's going to, the energy's going to move. I mean, the brain will probably essentially look the same to a scientist, right, but how it actually starts working will be different. So I feel like more things there's going to be a lot more activity in our prefrontal cortex, which is where all our latent potential resides. when you're in your prefrontal cortex, you can only see possibilities. You can't see problems. You really literally see just solutions. It is a broader vision.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's literally going to take the essence of the functions of the brain and just push it forward. And so you know, I really kind of see like that, whatever that was, dividing the right left brain, all that's going to work as a whole brain. Everything's going to just come. Now, I don't know what amount of time it's going to take to get there, but you know, like everything, there is some assembly required here. You just don't get to sit back and have it. You know, it will be energetically available to those that want to start bringing it online through consciousness. It's just in. I guess that kind of makes sense. Okay. So remember we talked about two. Okay, yeah, we did talk about two. But if we talk about all the different kinds of two, we've got the TO, the TOO, and the TWO, right? So the TO is the human two. So when we refer to that in forecast or something, we're basically talking about the human. When we talk TOO, it is the soul. And when we've said TWO, it's been essence. But that has shown itself, it's going to be moving into the two, the number two. So we don't really know what that essentially means, other than that's what it has announced itself it's going to do in November. So if we look at if it's taking the T, which is clarity in all directions, the W, up, down, and all around, and the O, advancement to be, right? And it's just going to put it in the two now. You're not going to have all those components individualized. It will be compacted, apparently. This just in, into just the number. So what we want to do is just breathe into that and not assign any meaning to it, essentially, but know that if something is changing like that, it usually means it's pretty substantial to us. And especially if it's doing it at this essential level. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we can have that as our awareness going into November. Now, we're gonna say happy early birthday to Sue, because she has a birthday in November.
Happy early birthday, Sue.
November 8th. So we're gonna all send early happy birthday wishes to Sue. So she's gonna have perhaps a little more. Because when you get your birthday month, sometimes you know, happy birthday to you. You got to clean up everything you haven't done the last year, and it can be a little bit more intense sometimes. So anyway, I feel like, is there any questions? Does anybody have any questions or comments or anything they want to share? Oops, my thing just came out. Anything? No?
Nothing's coming to me.
Okay. So the one last thing I want to share is this is going to be on the forefront, and it kind of has been, but it's going to be really loud. And that's, it's not choose anymore. It is decide. So let's breathe into that. It's going from choose to decide. I mean, that feels very different, right? So if we code that, which is what we like to do, it's like D side. Decide. Do you feel this? D. What's the letter D stand for?
Unity.
Unite, unity, unify, right? It's the fourth letter of the alphabet. So decide. Basically, everybody's going to be saying, no, you must go to the D side, the unity side.
Mm.
So there is no more choosing. It's all decide. That just feels really large. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Oh, I have choice? No. Decide. You get to the unity side. That's the choice. That's the only choice there is now. Oh, and did everybody see the post we put out this week, or Mara? Mara had me put out.
The blog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what whatevered for me in that was, I just want to reiterate this line, and if anybody's watching the replay and you haven't seen it, go to Facebook or go to the blog and read it. But it by the end of the year, you will not recognize the soul, SOLE, landscape. You will have to be, underlined, in a different place by then. The soul has to take the next steps to clear vision. If the soul won't take the step, the body won't either. Those are some pretty strong words. So, you know, it really, we're at that time of decide. So many people will be deciding or not. So I guess that's all I really have. I thank both you two for hopping online here and contributing to this beautiful energy. And I want to thank everybody that participates in this, because we are holding some essential energy for not only ourselves, to support ourselves, but of course, when we support ourselves, we support the all. So let's all give ourselves a little hug. Oh, and one last thing. If you haven't seen it, if you want to treat yourself, go see the movie Abominable.
You know,
it's animated.
I went to check out the trailer today, and it is adorable. I mean,
oh my gosh.
So cute.
It was like an essence bath.
Oh.
I bawled and bawled through that, and nobody was around. It was great. I was the only one basically in the theater, so I had it all to myself, which was lovely. But I cried tears of joy and remembering. I just sobbed and sobbed and sobbed, because it's like it was that the innocence, and it was the strength, and it was the whole of it. And then when the music would play, it was just, it put
violin.
I just floated for hours after that movie. Just floated. So that would be something I would really support yourself with. We're really going to recommend to do things that soothe you, comfort you, nurture you for November. And that's going to be some of the best way you can take care of yourself. So, okay, everybody. Well, hard hugs to everybody. And if you want to hang on the line just briefly, Jennifer, I can find out too. I'll stop the recording, but we can find out what cards you want. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.